Hey everybody, happy Father's Day, happy Sunday. I wanted to make this video because I have just completed grading the annotated bibliographies that were turned in. I think all but two of you have turned them in, and there are a number of things that came up from those annotated bibliographies, and I wanted to make sure that I addressed them right away. So for the most part, most of you did a fine job with those, and we didn't have any issues. There are a few of you who I've contacted individually um, to address some specific issues that have come up. What I want you to know more than anything is that we're kind of in this together, and our ultimate goal is to make sure everybody is successful through this course. So I know some of you are hitting some road bumps, but as long as we work on it together, we will get through it. In retrospect, I probably should have done a couple of things differently that may have eliminated some of the issues that came up, and certainly if I teach this class again, I'll do that, and some other things came up. Another couple of quick notes on this annotated bibliography and also moving forward that I noticed more generally. I try to comment and make notes as much as possible to help you, and hopefully you do indeed find those to be helpful. Um, One thing that I noticed is many of your studies were international, and I think you need to be cautious of that because very much like we know kids in different parts of LA are not the same, and kids in LA and the Central Valley are not the same. When we look at studies that are international, they're going to have different contexts. That's not to say that they're not good, it just means that we need to consider that. The other thing I noticed is many of the studies that you looked at student or teacher perceptions, and I think those are important things, but we really need to make sure we don't lose sight of um, what's super critical, which is are students learning and how do we know students are learning? And there is a step in between there of, what do we know about student teaching? I'm sorry, teachers teaching. What do we see in the classroom? And many of your studies looked at how teachers felt or what teachers thought or what students thought. And there wasn't so much about the actual instruction going on in the classroom or the learning that kids had. So be mindful of that as we move forward. The last piece I want to share is kind of going through and grading these bibliographies has made me realize a few things, one of which is only a few of you turned the assignments in early, which is fine, but I think as we look at the final project, I'm thinking that given that it's a month, we should have some milestones in there. So I'm going to work this week or maybe email a couple of you and ask you a couple of questions. But I'm not going to change the assignment for this week, which is coming up with your kind of base or frame for your unit plan, but probably what we'll do in the coming weeks is put some milestones in there where you either work alone or with another student or maybe in small student groups and start working through this unit plan because I want to make sure that everybody is moving along because it's going to be awfully hard to get it all done in a week or a few days if we don't have good progress and have good checks on it to make sure that everybody is kind of heading in the right direction. So um, again, if there are issues, I've sent you emails. I know I've chatted with a couple of you. Please let me know if you have any questions. And remember, as long as we keep working through this, we'll be fine. Have a happy rest of your Father's Day if you catch this on Father's Day. Otherwise, have a great week. Bye-bye.